But yeah. All right. Again, Kyle, we're not gonna really bother talking about yet. That'll be fine. Charlie. My gun Charlie would be him around here. Actually, do I even keep Jonathan there? I probably do. I mean, he still made it to the end twice, and like played pretty competent games both times. Then again, I think there definitely could be an argument of like, is there really that much of a difference between him and Russell Hantz? Um, I think is something you could debate. I think Jonathan's probably like has more longevity in more seasons than Russell. Like I think Russell's like he's not really like enough of a physical presence to where like he'll be like making it deep into the game every time. Like I don't think like even if Jonathan comes back, like Jonathan's not gonna be the first or second boot. So yeah, I think there is more consistency from Jonathan, but I'm not sure. Like it's like I could kind of see a world where like Jonathan's like at the top of this tier, um, instead. But yeah, I think I'll leave him here for now. He'll probably be at like towards the bottom of this tier, but I think I'll leave him there for now. Charlie. Charlie's tough. I think like I think it's interesting because like Charlie's game on this season was not good. But like there's at least like it's not like all bad and his first appearance is so good that's like it's tough to put him here though because like these are all people that like had two like had at least like one like end game run and another one that was at least like mid merge. Um Charlie doesn't really have that obviously. But I also don't want to put. I guess like actually here is fine. I kind of forgot that Cesternino and Fair Player in this tier. I think that's fine then to put Charlie here. Am I really saying Charlie's a worse player than Jonathan though? I think that's kind of a bothersome thing. Um, because yeah, I don't know if I want to have Jonathan higher. Uh, but maybe it's just a sign that Jonathan should be lower. But I think tier wise, yeah, I think I'm gonna move him here. Like at the end of the day, Tai Trang is here. It's like I feel like Jonathan probably should just be in that tier, and I feel like Charlie probably just is in this tier. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think that feels better to me. Yeah, I already talked about the Tiffany Jonathan thing. Yeah, like there's a lot of things to call out Jonathan for being sexist. I don't know if that exactly like it is, but like I don't think it was intended to be, but like it is. Um, Mother Eve. Probably also here. I don't know. Okay, I think the issue I have with Mother Vive, um, yeah, I think there is definitely a lot of Jonathan Russell comparisons. I think Jonathan's like more consistent to me. Like I think Jonathan again will make it deeper more times than not than Russell. But yeah, I think there definitely is a lot of comparisons. But yeah, Mother Vive. This feels too high, but I'm not sure. I think the issue I have with Mother Vive being this high is the fact that she doesn't have like a singular like dominant game. Because like at the end of the day, it's like these are all people that had like one fairly dominant game, and I guess like to be fair, like Fair Plays is a bit of a messy one. Um, Jesse's like end game's rough, but like still, it's like they ran a lot of season. Genevieve didn't really run a lot of 47. Like Genevieve was on the bottom for a lot of the end game stretch. Yeah, maybe putting her here is fine though. Like she's kind of like Kathy level, maybe. Like maybe that's like an okay comparison. Maybe like Tasha. I think she's probably like somewhere in that like ballpark. Um. So yeah, I think I'll probably put her somewhere there. Savannah, I think is a tad difficult because I actually feel like Savannah maybe should be here. And again, we'll probably have to rework all this anyway. But I like Savannah with like Mike Holloway and like Chris Doherty. Like, I feel like that kind of makes sense to me. Like, she kind of like she's an effective player from the bottom. She like while she's good at challenges and stuff, she's not like all challenges, but she also still is like faulty in the way that she like didn't really have like people wanting to take her to the end. Jen is Mother Day Wentworth. Kind of, to be honest. Yeah, to be honest, I can kind of see that comparison. Like, if we're saying like Cambodia, because I think Cambodia Wentworth can be compared to Genevieve Cambodia, and I think Edge of Extinction Wentworth can be compared to this season Genevieve. Mike too high. I just think Mike's like a fairly well-rounded player, and like Mike, like on that season, that was like pretty much his worst case scenario, and he still ends up winning there. So yeah, I think I feel fine with Mike being somewhere in this like range at least. Now like Anderson too high, maybe, but like I'm not really caring enough to rank these people yet. They say Genevieve on Cambodia. I mean, like Kelly on Cambodia. Wait. Kelly on Cambodia is Genevieve on 47. Kelly on Edge of Extinction is Genevieve 50. I think is what I meant to say. What the fuck did I actually even say? I don't remember, but and yeah, I think Genevieve probably had like more individual points where she had control than Kelly did in 47. So like that kind of is making me wonder like maybe, or like is that more of a sign that Kelly Wentworth should be lower? Because like at the end of the day, Kelly Wentworth like doesn't have like one like dominant game, right? Because like I think like all these people you can argue it. I guess like David Wright like 33 and like Spencer 31 is like debatable. Oh, maybe it's like just a spot where maybe like maybe I make a new tier. Again, this is something I wanted to deal with next time, but like whatever, we'll just do it now. Like maybe I do a new tier, but again, I feel like Wentworth and David though is like also kind of a like I feel like I don't feel right having David Wright below or above Wentworth. Like these three, I think is fine. I think Wentworth, David Wright, like maybe you can add, like I think you can add Charlie, add Mother Vive, and then add like Fair Play and Rob maybe, and like that's kind of a new tier. And then this is like kind of a like best to never win or like best one-time players to never win tier, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm okay with that for now. We'll deal with it later. Rizzo, my man. I just don't know ya. Fuck do I? Yeah, fair play is actually like fair play actually like probably should be closer to Hanson, like Jonathan Young, like that kind of people. These win equity is definitely very spotty, and I do think he's like just kind of a very polarizing person. Yeah, I actually feel like Rizzo, like fully thinking about his 50 game and like thinking he was at least like, again, even if it's a world where he still loses that final three, it's still a spot where he's playing optimally. Yeah, that's also the thing. Yeah, he was bad for Battlecasters. I kind of want to put him here. I kind of want to put him with this Fishback, Malcolm, Spencer tier. Could be nursing home saying Rizzo my man. Yeah, Rizzo my man and Joe's my daddy. Those are like my two things. But But yeah, I actually feel like I think the issue I would have is that his win equity on really both seasons are way worse than any of these people on. I guess like Spencer and Cambodia is comparable, but like outside that, it's like these people had like way more win equity on their other appearances. Um, but again, like the more I've thought about his 50 game, I think his 50 game is really good. Um, so I think I'm fine putting him there. Joe, my daddy. Fuck do I do with Joe, my daddy? I mean, like my first instinct would be like, is he just coach? Um, I think you could attribute more consistency to Joe. Yeah, I would say he's probably at the bottom of this tier, especially because of win equity. But yeah, yeah, like generally, I think Joe might be like one of the most consistent players like ever. But like a lot of that's just based around the fact that like he's just kind of a goat. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking the Tai Train comparison as well. I think Tai Train's probably a lot more like active in the game, but I could definitely see that comparison as well. Um, Joe being above like this grouping feels weird to me though. But again, maybe that's just like we need to rework some stuff. Um, hmm. I think I will keep him here for now. Um, yeah, Ty is more likely to win a jury vote for sure. Really on both his seasons. Um, like, is there like a? I guess Lex is a more active player and would have won like at least had a good chance of winning Africa. But yeah, I feel like Joe, like I feel like Joe 48 and Lex in Africa is like not a bad comparison. But then again, I also feel like there's like a debate that Lex is probably like a little too high. But like, um, Lex probably beats everybody, but it's not even like a really like. Actually, I don't know if he beats everybody. Beats everybody in his alliance. I don't think he beats like everyone. Like I don't think he beats like T-Bird. Uh, but yeah, like he probably beats like I guess T-Bird. He probably beats everybody. Yeah, he beats everybody with T-Bird probably. Um, how's Ty win a jury vote and go wrong? I mean, supposedly they were going to vote for Ty if it was what was intended of Aubrey, Ty, Joe. Um, or like the Scott, Jason, Julia. They were going to vote Ty. Um, yeah, I think Lex maybe move him down to where Hatch is. I think that kind of does make sense to me. Because there probably just shouldn't be that big of a gap. Um, I feel like Lex also with Coach kind of makes sense to me. I don't know if Kathy. What am I doing with Kathy though? Hmm. I mean, like Lex's All Stars game is like very like it's dominant, but it's not good. Um, it's like Michelle is remembered if she didn't win. No, like absolutely not. Um, I don't know. I think maybe it's more appropriate to just create a new tier. Yeah, again, I just feel like we'll deal with this when we finalize everything. I think for this stream, I just want to like place everybody first. Um, again, like this stream, we'll finish like doing all this. Next stream, we'll like run through the entire list and kind of just like make sure things are consistent. We'll like finalize all the different tiers, and then the stream after that, we'll start like to actually put together the list itself. Um, Lex All Stars is Steph Guatemala. I don't think that's exactly the same. I mean, like, yeah, it's not really the same because like Lex would have likely won if he had gotten to the end somehow on that season, but like also like wasn't getting to the end of that season, which is like very different from Steph, who's just like a massive goat and couldn't win, but like did have control, but like didn't do the right thing. I don't know. I just think it's like kind of very different. Rachel Lamont. What the fuck do I do with Rachel Lamont? Like here? Like Aris, Amber, Jenna tier, maybe? I don't know. Not a particularly impressive, like obviously a pretty bad game. But not a bad player. I would say she's above. I would say Jam Jam's above Rachel. I'm pretty sure that's what I did on my player ranking too, right? My latest New Era player ranking. Is it this one? Yeah. Which I guess to be fair, I don't agree with Carson being above that. So like, it's not like I agree with this list anyway. But like, I feel like Rachel being below Jam Jam, I feel fine with that. Yeah, I think this is fine to me. I think her being like Jenna Maraska level, feels fine. Yeah. I think Mike Holloway will probably need to restructure this a bit. I think I do have a lot of faith in Mike Holloway, but I do think he is probably too high. Like he probably should be like somewhere in like this range probably. But the question at that point is, do I want to move the other people that he's with down that far too? Like I think Heidick moving down would actually be fine. Carson did. Jam Jam did not try to give up his game to Carson. The problem is that Jam Jam was unaware of the fact that he would lose against Carson. Like, Jam Jam thought he would beat Carson, is the thing. Which he's wrong. Like, it's not like he was, like, trying to... Like, it's not like he was trying to give Carson the win. It's crazy that two of the most untapped potential players in Survivor history are both from the same season were rivals. I mean, I guess. Mike Holloway is helped by being on Worlds Apart. In what way? I don't know how much lower I want. Like Mike Holloway versus Spencer. Like I actually do feel like Mike Holloway's a better player than Spencer. Yeah. Again, like I generally I feel like obviously winning game wise, like he's obviously like way lower, but like in terms of like his abilities as a player, it's like I think he's a pretty good player. But he's like even with like Mike Holloway, it's like even when he makes mistakes, he's like aware of those mistakes, right? It's like a spot where like I feel like in terms of like strategically, I actually have a lot of faith in Mike Holloway. Like I actually think he like gets the game. But like I think Ben is like I don't know, like Ben has 2 runs and like Winners at War like makes it like he was in the Dominant Alliance and gets to the end. It's like I think like considering he has 2 runs, I would go with Ben above. But like if it was just 1 run, then yeah, I would have Mike above Ben. Where are we at now? Kenzie. Fuck do I do with Kenzie? Is Kenzie just also in this tier for Rachel? Or is she lower? I don't know. I guess let's move these people down because I think an issue comes from the fact that Tiffany is here. And like my intention with Tiffany, I know, was to put her here. Like I want to put Tiffany like in this like Sierra Dawn Thomas kind of, but I don't know. Actually, like thinking it a bit more, should she be this high, or is she like closer to like here? Like Tiffany's someone that like I think like is a very well-rounded player, but like ultimately she never really has like a particularly dominant game. Like she's never really like running the show. She's like, I guess like really like the most dominant aspects of like her all of her runs like the beginning of 46. Um but it's like after that, it's like post merge, she's like she's there, but she's not really like running things. Like 50s, like she's just like really in and out. She's like Andrew, she didn't have game changers. Yeah. Um because I think in my mind I was like, yeah, she's like Andrea. But like I don't know if she's like quite there yet. Um See, I'm not sure where I want to land her. These are all like one. I mean, maybe like these are all one-time players outside Savage, but Savage is just like weird. But yeah, like I actually feel like this season is like very like Allison, like Lindsay Delosowicz coded, right? But then she also has her first appearance, so like she should theoretically be higher. So I guess she just is here, but like towards the bottom of this tier probably. Is probably how it works out. Um, yeah, Tiff above Kenzie, I could definitely see it. Like I do think the Marianne Kenzie comparison's like kind of fine. So I kind of can see Kenzie just landing in like this grouping here. I think Kenzie's probably like a tad more consistent. Like Kenzie's some of that like I think probably finds herself in the majority group more times than not. But like she's just like not a particularly like effective like player. Like she's not able to really like get her way a lot of times. Like she's kind of there, like riding the wave, I guess. I want to see. Do I have my? No, I just have the top 10. I wonder where I thought of. Like, did I even bother ranking Kenzie in this? I wonder. I don't know. Because I wonder where I had her at the time. But yeah, I think Kenzie being here is kind of okay. Um, yeah, Kenzie could do pretty well on the return. I do think she could. But I just think based on what we've seen of her game, it's like it's not a particularly good game. Um, even though like again, there's a lot of good like survival instincts at points, but yeah, it's not particularly good. Sophie B. Is Sophie B just a Kenzie that didn't win? I guess like she was better positioned is like the benefit, but like I there's not that big of a difference between her and Kenzie to me. Um, like obviously positioning is a pretty major thing, but yeah, I actually do feel like Sophie's probably better than Kenzie because I think Sophie was better positioned than Kenzie for a lot of the game. And also, it's like really like her getting to the end of Savannah is like as if like Kenzie got to the end of like Maria or something, right? Like it's like as if like Sophie got to the end of the bigger threat, or if Kenzie got to the end of the bigger threat. See, I kind of really I could even see like Gavin level. But no, I think I'll land here. I think I'll put her here. She's someone that I think is probably in the dominant alliance more times than not from the offset. Um, like just seeing her like interact with people in like the red carpet interviews and stuff. It's like I do see like a like she's able to just naturally get along with most people. Um, I kind of feel yeah, like I actually feel like her and Gavin is like fine. But like I kind of feel like maybe they should be their own sub tier, but again, I think I'll deal with that later. Um again, I think next stream will be like almost entirely just us like running through the tiers and be like, okay, what further tiers can we break up and like what changes should we make here and there? Like that'll probably be next stream. Um or like this one's more so just like, yeah, let's just put what we have on the board. Um Sophie above Charlie. She masterminds elimination. Yeah, you could argue that. Hey Lucas. Where are we at? We're at Camilla. I think the intention was to put Camilla here, right? Actually, now I think about it, wasn't Sophie B above Tiffany originally? Do I stand by that? I don't know. Rodney energy? I don't think Camilla's Rodney. Like, I would say at worst, she's here. She's she's probably above Emily. I don't know. Like, she seemingly was a big jury threat her first time around. Like, while she wasn't, like, running the game, I think ultimately she was kind of just, like... Actually, really, I kind of see a lot of, like, Yao Man comparisons, actually. Yeah, I kind of see this level for Camilla. I think I was intending on putting her here though. Like, do I stand by her being worse than these people though? I think that's kind of an issue I'm running across. So I don't know if I would say Camilla's a worse player than these people. Yeah, Camilla's second appearance is better than Yao Man's. I think first appearance, her and Yao Man, I think is fine. Camilla versus Devins and Christian. I think is tough to say. It's better than Joe Anglin. Debatable. Like Devins and Christian. Like, I mean, I think Christian like definitely has like been a more like dominant player at points than Camilla. Devins had like 2 deep runs where he almost won. Okay, I think maybe there needs to be like some restructuring here eventually, but I do kind of feel I kind of just want to. I kind of do want to put her here. I kind of feel like her being at the top of like this grouping makes sense. Your 48 game is better than both Devons. I would agree with that. Like, yeah, I think that's definitely the case. And I think I think Devon's 50 runs probably better, but like to be fair, we didn't really get to see enough of Camilla. But still, Devon's like is just such a like guaranteed like win in the jury seemingly on both his seasons. I guess like again, who knows if he beats Suri, but like outside Suri, he seemingly beats everybody. Yeah. I don't know. It's like she's like somewhere in this range. I think she's like below these people to me. But like I don't know if it's yeah, I could see her being at the bottom of this tier also though. Yeah, I think that's a fair argument. That Camilla like almost won in a cast that wasn't really suited for her. I think that's interesting actually. Like an interesting point. Yeah, whatever. I'll put her here, like at the bottom of this tier. I kind of feel content with that. Sam Phelan. I think Sam's probably here. I think he's probably like with these sort of people. I think that makes sense. Like pretty competent player. Had a very sloppy game though, but like reminds you of Ian. I think he's better than Ian probably, but yeah. Like I think he has the like mental fortitude that Ian doesn't have. But like in terms of like in terms of like how they approach the game, it's probably like not that dissimilar. Similar to Hayden. I would lean better than Hayden. Oh. I feel like Sam's a worse player than I think he is. In what way? I think Sam's like a seemingly fairly well-rounded player. Has a like good head for the game at least. The game we saw of him was like very sloppy, very in and out of the majority, but there still were some pretty good plays here and there. Rizzo cheating this blatantly. What are we talking about? What is this? What? Oh, him. Oh, wait. I just realized what this was. That's actually very funny. Like he literally just goes over to Tiffany's puzzle. Was that not? That was on the show, right? But yeah, that's very funny. I can see that for sure of like him versus Austin. That like I think Austin's game is better, but like yeah, I would say Sam probably has more of a killer instinct than Austin does. Yeah, it's like I think Austin just is one of the tougher players to assess here. Like I think Austin. I don't know, should Austin move down? But I feel like maybe that needs like other adjustments. Also edit the 50 Final Tribal Council. Suri made it. It'd be like Winners at War, right? Where it'd just be like a coordination for her, the way it was for Tony. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like there should be some adjustments here, and that like maybe Austin is. How exactly do we do this? Like, I think Austin and Gavin probably shouldn't be that far apart. And then maybe like Sam's in that tier. Sophie B might be in that tier. Yeah, like maybe Ian and Rafe. I'm trying to remember what the argument was for. Well, I guess like Lauren kind of fits in there too, though. Well, I guess it's not exactly the same though than Ian and because I was thinking of like kind of like semi-dominant players. Was the least competitive Final Trouble, as in like there was like no debates, or like least competitive as in like everyone just knew this person was gonna win, and they didn't even really try. What would be the case actually? Maybe like Karamoan? I don't know. That's the first one that comes to mind. Like, is there another like Final Tribal where like Fiji? Maybe. Africa potentially. Did Dawn fight hard? I don't remember. I mean, I guess she did take out her teeth. It's my thing. One World. Yeah. Yeah, there probably are like a lot of ones where like people knew they had no chance, right? But yeah, all right. Maria. Okay, now I'm feeling like is Kenzie getting too low now? Is like kind of the issue. Because like, where's Maria in this? Is Maria here or is she here? I think my gut would be that she's here with like Lindsay Delosowicz and like generally. Okay, I feel like I should probably readjust this because I do feel like there is a difference in some of these people at this point. Like because I feel like these people are probably different than these people. like maybe Ricard. I don't know, is Ricard versus Lauren is like, I don't know. Yeah, I think there should at least be like a separation here. Easy. I think like, yeah, like I think there's a gap between like the Lindsays, like the Lindsay, Allison, Victoria, like Cody grouping from for sure like Sam, Lauren, Mike, Hayden, like these sort of people. Like maybe like Ricard's one that I don't really know what to do for Ricard because like he actually does fit more of these people. But I do think he's like a pretty well-rounded player in the grand scheme of things. So I kind of want to give him like a bit of a leg up. Because like he is good at challenges. He like has a killer instinct. It's like that kind of makes me want to put him higher than Lauren. But yeah, Maria. I think does feel fine with these people. And Ricard is in the Mount Rushmore. I mean, Ricard isn't good socially. Like, I mean, like the claim is Ricard isn't good socially, but like he is with certain people. Like he's not like this social butterfly that like gets in with everybody, but like he was able to build such a strong bond with Shan. He was able to get in with like Erica and Heather. He like got like a really good bond with Xander. It's not like he's like a slouch socially. It's just that he's not as good as other people, but like he's not like a terrible social player. Maria robbed Charlie twice. That is true. Anyway, Eva. Yeah, I can kind of see that take that Eva, like watching 50 makes you think better of Eva because like it kind of shows that Eva like how Eva was able to like maintain Joe in the way that like a lot of people on 50 like struggled with. Um, yeah, I would agree with that. Ricard's social game is like pretty Rizzo like. I think my gut is that Eva is here though. Like I think she's probably like Carolyn Rivera, Rodney level, Sash Chase. I think she's one of these players that, like, if she were to play again, like, I think there's a lot of upside there. She definitely can move up quite a bit. But I think for now, it's like ultimately, I think she does good work with her bond with Joe and everything. But like, she still was like kind of towards the like one. She was a big goat. Like, she was a bigger goat than Joe even. And like position wise, she was just like never as like she was always not as well positioned as Joe, despite the fact that Joe was a bigger threat than her. And like she theoretically could have been in danger early on. It's like I think there's like still holes there. So I think her being like around these sort of people kind of makes sense still. Q is interesting. I think the intention was to put Q here, if I were to guess. With I think Q and like Zeke. Is that fine? I don't know. Like Q, very sloppy player. But also like made a deep run where he could maybe win in 46. I don't know. Could he? Him versus Ben versus Liz. Could he win that? I don't know. He definitely gets votes at least. And then like his 50 appearance is pretty good considering he's an early boot. Yeah, I think this is fine. Because I think I would put him above like these sort of people at this point. Because I think that's where I initially thought he would be before 50. Is I thought he would be like with the Eliza Sheehan kind of people. But I think in a post 50 world, I actually feel better about Q to where like, yeah, I think he's probably somewhere in this range. Yeah, like kind of cast coded to a degree. Sage. Okay, let's move these people down. I think we'll move to here at least. Sage. biggest issue with Sage is win equity. Was still pretty active player. I kind of feel like this range feels fine. Like off of gut. Like maybe there's a shot she's like here. But I think her being kind of like Laurel Cassidy level is like fine-ish, I guess. Still can't win the game, seemingly. Like I think it's tough to see a final three where she wins. Was in a bad spot in her original tribe. I'm trying to remember. It was Jawan that was going to go home before her, right? Yeah, I was thinking about that too earlier, but I think we'll do that next time. I think like Bobby John is someone that like does feel glaringly high at this point. That like maybe he should be like maybe like here, which I guess we could just do that now. If I'm just going to do that now. I think he's above these people. I think he's like feels like a more consistent player than these people to where like I want him higher than that, but I think yeah, maybe like here with like Maddie, Fabio, Brett. Yeah, it's like I think Sage is like a pretty like optimal one I'm talking about. A pretty solid player that like yeah, just doesn't really have a winning scenario. To be honest, maybe I do put her here. I kind of actually do see a lot of Cass in Sage. Like obviously Cass played again, like had a better second appearance, but like I feel like Sage is kind of like Cass and like Candace Cody coded. So like I think her being in like this tier is like feels fine to me. Like she'll probably be towards the bottom of this tier, but like I think her being like around these sort of people kind of makes sense. Xiaohin. What did I do, Xiaohin? I think that my gut, like, I think the intention was to put him around here. The thing about Xiaohin is that, like, supposedly he had a lot of win equity, but like that who the fuck knows with the 48 jury? Considering they say a lot of things. Like he would like if he like he likely does win against Joe and Eva at least, right? And like he was trying for that situation. That's something. He's better than fucking Tracy Uswolf. I think like at worst he's like here. Actually, really at worst he's better than Davey Rickenbacker. Ricard. I think it's like Ricard is someone that I think like is probably better in challenges. I also think the fact that Ricard got through UA is also very impressive. And like really like built up his game. I think like Ricard faced off against more adversity to me than Xiaohin. I kind of feel like Xiaohin. Yeah, it's like I kind of feel like he should be above Sage. Was kind of what. So like, maybe Xiaohin's like here. Maybe he's like, is he like Drew Basile? Like Julie Alley? Is he like in that ballpark then? Yeah, I don't feel like that's the worst assessment here. Is high. I mean, I think Xiaohin's a decent player. Even above Eva. I think he was better positioned throughout a lot of the season. Yeah, generally maybe. Like I mean, like yeah, throughout most of the season, I think he was better positioned than Eva. Like at least the early, I think early season he was better positioned than Eva. End game, he was definitely better positioned to win the game than Eva. Eva was like always like from Express seems like Eva was always like anti Xiaohin and wanted to cut him at some point. So like that's not great. And like it does feel like Xiaohin doesn't really have an actual end game path and kind of loses it like by the end. Sort of the fact that he loses the loyalty of Joe is pretty bad. So I think I'll leave him here for now. I think it's pretty close. I think we could argue it a bit more down the road, but like I feel like for now, I think ultimately he is going to be like kind of Julie Drew level, while like Eva is probably closer to like these people, and it's like more so a debate of like which one's higher, which I haven't decided on that yet. Um, Caroline, I think she just feels very this, right? Like she's probably like very like Jen Lion level. Um, oh, 100%. At this point, I do fully think Eva just wasn't called for 50. Um, yeah, even needs to be a doctor though. I don't know if you know that. Did I get that clip? I don't think I did. What would I use that for? Generally, the point of like getting the clips individually is like because I'm gonna like use them down the road. Like, there's no use of Eva saying I'm gonna be a doctor. Um, I doubt I got that. Like I have it, but like I doubt I clipped out just that. Where is it? Oh, it's this, right?
Would you ever go back to
Go and I want to do it all again.
unfinished business?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. Eva, is
I want to win too. One, but I did not. And I wanted to get to the end with, and I had this team that I took a win with my happy with second
Where'd
place.
she say I need to be a doctor?
I want to go back out there because I'm not happy with her. But Ben, I want to go back out. I gotta become a doctor.
Oh, there.
I gotta become a doctor. I gotta become a doctor. But Ben.
Even locked for 54. I don't know. I mean, they didn't call her for 50. I think that's pretty egregious. But also, like, I would expect her to be back at some point. Like, I'll be pretty surprised she never comes back. But it is insane that they would not call her for 50, though. Andy. Hi, that's whatever. What the fuck does Andy say? Hi, it's me. Please like me. Whatever. Oh, hi, I'm Andy. Please like me. That's the line, right? Either way, whatever. Fuck they do with Andy. Andy's, I feel like one of the tougher ones here. Because he's just, like, so high variance. I think my instinct was to put him with Davey. Like, somewhere in this range. But maybe higher? Yeah, I'm getting a lot cooler. Andy would have won 47 if he didn't lose. That is true. I kind of feel like on paper I feel fine with him in Davey. I'm debating if I like should give him like, because I think Andy's like kind of, at least in my mind at least, I think Andy's like a very competent strategic player. Like in terms of like navigation through the game, I feel like I do have a decent amount of faith in like Andy to like know what his optimal play is and go for it. But like he's still like a pretty, yeah, I mean I kind of see that actually, him and Gabler, like he kind of is like a more strategic Gabler, but one that didn't win. Have Mike Cheezel too high? No, I agree. I agree with what I currently have. I think that's fine. Like, I mean, like, he's here. Like, realistically, he's here. Like, he's at, like, the top of this tier, but I just, like, put him, like, here. But, no, I stand by that. Yeah, I kind of do see him as, like, yeah, I guess he is just, like, a strategic Gabler, in a way. If Rachel doesn't have an idol, he's a very realistic winner. He's a possible winner. I don't know if he's a real, like, I don't know. It's like there's a chance he could argue that, but the problem is like, will people believe him? But yeah, like there's a chance he wins. I think Andy would have done if he was on VOD. Actually, that'd be kind of. I never actually properly thought that through. But yeah, like, how do these players do? Actually, I think we did talk through the Marianne one, didn't we? But yeah, how does Andy do on that tribe? I would say not great. Like if Andy was on, so yeah, like in the place of Rizzo. I mean, he's probably in the same spot realistically. Like I think he starts off pretty rocky. Fuck. Yeah, I think he starts off in a rocky spot, but like I think there's a chance he still gets picked up by like the Alliance after Q gets medevaced. And yeah, like they obviously still don't go to tribal likely, and then like if we're saying the swap plays out exactly the same, I don't know if Andy's gonna build a strong enough relationship with D to make her want to save him. For whatever that's worth. Yeah, I love the Rocky clip. I think we probably talked through the Marianne one before, but like I think she does fine. I think ultimately it probably is like similar-ish to like D by the end of the day. It's like I think she probably makes merge. Like she does have a lot of allies there. She has like Devin. I mean, she has Christian, Emily, and Devin. She's probably just in that group. Also would have Suri as a good ally there. Really, I think the biggest change is probably that Joe is a boot there, right? Like Joe's probably booted second in that world. Yeah, Mary does not have a say. It's also very funny. Yeah, I guess Charlie wouldn't hate him. But I mean, I don't know. Like with Charlie, it's like I think Charlie was just always going to target the like Rizzo. But I guess like in that spot, like, but like not because he hated him, but just because like it's just the obvious move to make. But I guess in that spot is Andy even the obvious move to make? Yeah, probably not. I don't know. Anyway, Steven Ram. I think he's just Davey, right? I guess you could argue worse. I'm trying to think of the post-merge. Like, Steven's game's pretty good until, like, the MC boot, and then, like, it just goes so out of control, right? But, like, even then, he still makes the final 6 in a spot where, like, he seemingly just wins if he gets to the end. So, like, considering that was, like, a pretty... Like, he was fairly unlucky to like for that to happen to begin with. For, like, MC to go out in the way that she does, and then he's still able to make it towards end game. It's like... Yeah, I think I'll keep him here. Sophie Segretti. I think here? I think? I don't know, Sophie Segretti, like kind of just a very, like, mid-game until, like, when was that? Wait. So, like, beginning of the game, she's, like, safe, but, like, not really doing that much. She then... Yeah, she really doesn't do... Like, there's not really much opportunities for her to do much until, like, post-merge. She's, like, part of the Nate vote. And, like, she flips on her group at what? The... Okay, wait. Like, MC goes home. She's, like, a part of that, but, like, that's not even that, like, much of anything. And, like, Carolyn's not that good. She did call out Jeff for... Dude, actually, I generally forgot that moment even happened. Yeah, I think her and Caleb, like, that's fine, right? I think that's a decent comparison. I think my question would be, like, is she really, like, above Shan? But is that more so just a thing of, like, should Shan be higher? Because I think Shan could be here, too. Why isn't Shan here, actually? Looking at, like, these... Like, Shan should be with these people, right? Why did I have Shan not there? Was there a reason? Or is I just being sexist? Because that's probably just the answer. She did spoil Rizzo losing fire twice. I guess that is the thing. And along with that, why is Carla this low? Also, like not like she should be that high, but like, why is she not here? Should she? I don't know. Carla's end of game is definitely rockier, but I guess she did still come like fairly close to winning. So I don't know, maybe she should be here. Like Carolyn probably is like around like this ballpark, right? Like with some of these people. Okay. This is just a mess of a tier, by the way. Like, what the fuck is any of this? Yeah, it's like this just feels like such a random grouping of people, right? Like, because I think Roger and Pascal are probably closer to like the Carla Shan of it all. These are like, this is like kind of just a different tier, I feel like. Like Adam's probably with them. Like this is like like Mick and then like Albert, Sabrina, Chelsea, Carolyn. Like that's probably a different tier. Yeah, it just feels like there's. Yeah, I think this is just like 3 different tiers that are just like clumped together. So yeah, do I do this now or do this next time? I guess we'll just do this now because I just kind of talked it through anyway. Dude, it's fucking 2 a.m. by the way. Yeah, I think Marcus. It's like Marcus, Tracy, Adam. Actually, maybe Gary Hogaboom's in there too. I don't know. Rhino's in there. Like, I think this is probably a lower tier. Actually, I think I need to decide on like what the order of operations. But like this is a tier with like probably like Kelly Remington and Tyler are in there. I think Carolyn is more of these people. Jason might also be of this people actually because like he was meant to be a finalist. I feel like Pascal and Roger like at least came closer to winning. So like I think they're probably like maybe they just like get added to this like at the bottom of this tier. And then yeah, I think it's just the debate of like, okay, what's higher, this tier or this tier? Which I think my gut leans towards this. Like these are all people that like are arguably like I don't know, screwed's the right term. I mean, like Rhino, you could say he was screwed. I mean, really, actually, really, almost all these people you could say were screwed outside of like Gary. Gary's just kind of random here. I don't think Roger gives up if he thought he could actually win. Roger's Jake tier. I think Roger gets like again. I think it's more screwed than Jake. So I think Roger's definitely above him, but like I think the fact that there's like a big gap does feel kind of dumb because there is a big gap, right? Where the fuck's Jake? Yeah, he's like all the way down here. So again, that does feel kind of ridiculous, but I'll deal with that next time. Again, fine. I'll leave it like this for now, and we'll again like next time is when we'll really deal with the structural issues. Gabe. He'll be back. He surely will be back. Is he here or is that too high? I think that might be too high. Let's move people down, I guess. Let's go down to... Let's go down to here at least, I think. Yeah, that's probably just way too high for Gabe. Gabe's probably somewhere... Like here? Like Danny? Like kind of like Danny level, I think. Where's Pete, actually? Pete's like here. It's like a little bit above. What was the difference here? I think like Pete... Actually, what is the difference between Pete and Danny? to make them a tier different. But yeah, I think like somewhere in this range. Survives a decent while. I kind of want to lean here. And I think the rationale is that Gabe's alliance flipped on him. Or like at least Caroline flipped on him. And like I don't know what the path to a Gabe win is on that season. Where like I think Pete probably had more of a path if his group stayed in numbers at least. Like he at least had like Artis and like Abby that actually wanted to go to the end with him. Like Gabe, like by the end, like Caroline flipped on him. Caroline was always gonna turn on him. Like I just don't know what the path is there for Gabe. So we already debated this a lot, but I feel like Kyle Jason, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with him either, but again, we'll deal with that next time, because we'll surely deal with that next time. David Kinney, I think at best here, I don't even know if he's this high. Like, is this too high for David Kinney? Like, is he... I think he's, like, here, right? I think that kind of makes more sense. Like, he's, like, LJ level. But then, should there be that much of a gap, though? And I think that's, in general, like, an issue with the list. I think there probably shouldn't be as big of a gap between this tier and this tier. Because, like, they're not... Like, this is essentially just a slightly better version of this tier. So, like, why is there, like, this much of a gap? I think that's something... Yeah, David supposedly wins Survivor 48 if he gets to the end. I don't know if you know this. But I do think he is this... Like, I think he is, like, LJ, Josh. Like, he's kind of like that grouping of player. But again, I think structurally we'll have to fix some things. But, again, I don't fucking feel... Like, it's fucking 2 a.m. We'll deal with that next time. Because we'll surely deal with that next time. Where's Reed? Reed's here. Is David better than Reed? I don't know. But again, like, I think it is, like, yeah, again, like, it's still a structural issue with the list. I don't think it should be this big of a gap. But, again, we'll deal with it next time. You'll understand. This is intentional. Again, we'll surely fix this at some point in my life. Yeah, I think I'm willing to move these down to at least here. Ben Katzman. Dave has Alpha during management. Well, I don't know if you know this, but David does win if he gets to the end. So, you're just wrong. By the way, also, obviously this is a jury. If you don't know, like, the jury told him he would have won if he got to the end, and he claims that he would have won if he got to the end. But that's also like it's Chrissy and Cedric telling him this. Like, who the fuck knows? And also, would they have actually voted for him? I don't fucking know. Again, they told Shaheen they would vote for him. They told pretty much everybody they would vote for him. So, like, who the fuck knows? Yeah, Ben Katzman. He's fine. Yeah, he's fine. This is probably too high, having him here, I think. But, like, he's probably, like... I think he's... Oh, okay. I think he is less than this because, like, I think Xander and Owen are at least, like, more active players. So, like, maybe, like, somewhere in this range. Like, him and Heidi. Or is he just fucking Joe Del Campo? Because I think he could also just be Joe Del Campo. He's like somewhere in this range. I think fastest firemaking. That is a thing that Heidi did. I know some people got fucked by Heidi. I think a lot of people got fucked by Heidi. That's just something that people love doing. is Heidi. Again, it's a struggle to see him win a season. He was pretty well positioned for a lot of the end game stretch. Early game's rocky, but I got past it. Again, rocky fuck. But yeah, I think I'll end here. Or actually, can he be Katie Gallagher? Katie Gallagher was more in a majority for more of the season, but I actually feel like him and Katie Gallagher's not that far apart actually. So maybe here. Jamie and Lauren, no, I think Lauren just wins. Scroll down a lot for Teeny. I think okay, at best, I think Teeny is here. I think her or wait, Teeny, okay, yeah, he and him whatever. I think Teeny and Katura is like an instant comparison in my mind. But actually, you know what? Okay, I think okay, maybe go around here. Teeny is a tough one because there is a lot of good socially Teeny was pretty well liked. Teeny was yeah, I don't think a single person on that cast disliked Teeny. And they weren't drawing dead when equity wise. Inherently, yeah, if the final three was Teeny, Sue, Andy, I think Teeny would likely win that jury vote. On the offset, again, who knows if Andy campaigns his way to a win, but Ozzy didn't play a great game, but I think at worst Teeny's here. Yeah, I don't think I would argue Teeny worse than Katura. I think there's an argument that Teeny could also be here. Who would I just argue? Ben Katzman? Yeah, it's is there that much of a difference between Teeny and Heidi? I guess Heidi could make fire quickly. That's the thing. Also, I kind of just want... Actually, I just realized Katura's going to be below Dan Spilo. I just realized that right now. I think I'll keep it around here. What is the comparison between Ben and Teeny? Generally, actually, yeah. Is there that much of a difference between Ben and Teeny? Okay, actually, I think there is a slight difference, but there's not that major of a difference. So we're I think Teeny had a more viable winning final three. 4-6 cast was better. I mean, gameplay wise, I don't think that's the case. I can kind of see this actually. I expect Teeny to be lower, but I actually kind of, yeah, I kind of do see Teeny being better than Ben. Teeny started off the game better than Ben. Yeah, I kind of feel fine with that. There's more goats on 47. Is there? 46 had Ben and Liz. Q was debatably a goat. Venus is a massive goat. Oh, there's a lot of goats at 46. Liz Wilcox. I I think she's just Trish level, right? Like, had no win equity, but like didn't play an awful game and made a big move. It's like, yeah. Alan called Michaela an awful Survivor player. Well, like, it's kind of wrong. I don't know. Like, Michaela's not good. Like, on Survivor, she's not like a great Survivor player or anything, but like, I don't know, she's like awful. Dan Spilo level. She's better than Dan Spilo. Again, she made a move. Dan's probably have more win equity. Sadly, that's might be the case. Mitch, he should have made a move. At best, I feel like he's here. Okay, actually, at this point, I feel like David probably just should be higher. Like David, again, like I think I should rework these tiers. Like I think there is like just like a fundamental like issue with like this stuff, but we'll deal with it next time. But yeah, I think for now I'll move David up there, just because it's kind of bothering me. Where's Jay? Down here. I can't see a comparison. I think Mitch was safer through a lot of the game than Jay, though. He's above Dan Spiller for beating the people he wanted to get to the end with. Yeah, that's fair. And that's a fair argument, at least. I like Dan Spilo. I think was more like better instantly in the game. Like Dan Spilo like makes it to final 3 in like every single situation. Like, to be fair, that's part because he was a goat. But like Mitch just didn't really have a path to 3. It's like, yeah, he wanted an ideal final 3, but like he couldn't actually get himself there. Like, my gut is saying put him with Katura. But I also just kind of want to put him lower. Didn't want to talk me into round 3. Yeah, because like he knew he couldn't win. So he's like, I might as well give my best friend a win. I think Dan Spiel was aware that, yeah, I'm not winning this fucking game. Yeah, I think there's like issues here for sure. I think these people should be higher. Should I just do it now? I don't know if I care if like it's fucking 2:08 in the morning. I don't know if I care enough to, but yeah, these people will be moved up. I just don't fucking feel like doing it right now. Susme. By the way, I think I'll leave Mitch with Katura for now. Susme. She's probably just here. Like Heather, Julie. I think she's probably like Julie coded, right? Like a go doesn't play like an awful game, but doesn't really do that much either. She's kind of there. Hunter. I think Hunter I'll put. Okay, wait, let me. My gut was to put Hunter here. I'm debating it now. Is he even that high? Maybe he's like here. Maybe he's like Franny. Oh. Like Hunter's someone that like early game he seemed to be in a pretty good spot. He still isn't like particularly good socially. Like he's not really that well ingrained socially in the group, but like he does have a good bond with Tevin and he's safe. So like that's something. And post merge, like he's with that Q alliance. But like outside of that, it's like he doesn't really do much, and he's like Tevin vote happens, he's kind of dead man walking. He should have made a move, is what he should have done. I'm debating on like where I think he's in one of these tiers. I think him with Franny feels fine. Maybe he is like Dan Rangering level. He's like somewhere in that ballpark. So I think I'll leave him there. Jawan. Jawan's tough because like his beginning is so bad. But then his game gets kind of good and then it just ends. Yeah, his game's just kind of all over the board. Like, is it here? Like, Benry? Frosty? Yeah, like Jay, I guess. Like, kind of in that. Like, just like, there are points where he was doing pretty good. Yeah, actually, I think him and Kane might be like an okay comparison. Like, was just in a lot of danger early on. But then, like, ultimately ends up doing a couple good things. So, yeah, I think him and Kane feels okay. Cedric! Best player of all time, Cedric. I forgot about that. I was gonna try to get young Cedric in the Rumo video, but I just didn't give a shit enough to like try to find the clip of young Cedric from Big Brother 26 to clarify. Like the song Young Cedric. But yeah, that was a thing that almost made the Rumo video. Cedric needs to be a tier of his own. I mean, the only person is Cedric. Where do I genuinely have him, though? I don't really even know. Like, what ballpark do I even want him in? Like, maybe, like, Rory? Like, probably better than Rory? I don't know. Is he just, like, in this tier? Like, he's, like, such a... Like, he's bad on paper, but, like, he did something right socially. He was the best position on his original tribe. Like, Swap Tribe, once again, is able to, like, dictate that vote. It's, like, there's, like... It's, like, insane because, like, his game in the pre-merge is, like, actually kind of good. But, like, he just isn't actually a good player. Maybe he's, like, a Tiffany Seeley level. Maybe that's, like, an okay comparison. Yeah, I think somewhere in this ballpark is kind of where I'm landing. He's, like, Brandon Donlin, but good, kind of. Tiffany's at least solid strategically. Like, I guess, but I feel like Tiffany's, like, way more high variance than someone like Cedric. Again, like, Cedric, like, the concerning Cedric was, like, yeah, Cedric versus Caleb. I mean, like, I think Caleb has more potential. I think what we saw of Cedric was more impressive. But, yeah, it probably shouldn't be that big of a gap. But I think that's probably more of a, like, should these be higher sort of thing? I don't know. I kind of see Cedric and Jen Brown comparison too, actually. Genuinely, Cedric and Russ Swan is not the worst comparison either. I'll leave him there. That's fine. MC. Should MC be higher? I think MC should probably be here. With like Angie and like. I just realized that Mookie's this high. Haley Ford. I think she's better than Haley Ford. Again, MC was like kind of running the game initially, and then kind of gets swap screwed out of the game. Got voted at the first opportunity. I guess that is the case, but like, again, she would have been safe for a lot of it. Yeah, I kind of want to put her here. I kind of want to put her like maybe like Evie level. Haley wasn't really like running the game though. Like even the post merge, like MC like ran that first vote after the merge. Like Haley was just like on the bottom the entire post merge. I feel okay with this. Nate. Like Nate's fine. Like I don't know how much there really is to say about Nate. Is he like Cedric level? Like he was in a good spot initially. Does get taken out due to like kind of wonkiness of the safe of it all. But like, I don't know. It's like I don't know what the long-term path was either way. He did also seem to isolate some people. Yeah, I kind of feel like he probably just lands around here. Michael Snow, he's somewhere in this ballpark, right? Where is he? We passed him. Wait, is he like super high? Where the fuck's Michael Snow? Oh no, wait, 26 is in this one. Oh, there he is. He's in this group, which is one of the groups that we need to like rework, but yeah, he's now around Jim Rice, I guess. Nate seems more of a figurehead. Yeah, but he's like, from what I understand, Nate was like the fourth person in their alliance, right? Like the real alliance was like Savannah, Rizzo, Shannon, and like Nate was just like the guy they needed for the majority. Then again, it does seem like Nate like gets his way at the post swap at least, so that's something. But yeah, I think I'll leave him around this ballpark for now. Tevin. I think Tevin, I don't know. Tevin's a weird one because like I think there's a lot of potential with Tevin, but like he is actually kind of bad. Like it's like he's so good socially that he's like in the center of his original group more times than not. But then he just makes like abysmal strategic plays. So like he's kind of like, I don't even know if that's even the case with Aaron, but like my gut says like Tevin and Aaron are like kind of in a similar-ish level. So yeah, I think I'll put him there. Sierra Wright. Sierra Wright's probably also in this ballpark. Like not a horrible player, but one that like just made the wrong strategic calls, kind of gave up like power to but like unlike Tevin, Genevieve survived above Cedric. I could see in this tier. I don't think I would go for above Cedric though. Just more consistent. I mean, we don't know. I don't know. I guess maybe. Like Cedric was as well positioned as Sierra was. Really, Cedric was better positioned than Sierra was. Like Cedric actually like got down to the end of his group. Like Sierra, it's like I guess to be fair, her and Sam were still the top two probably, right? If they did go all the way down. Better strategically, is she though? She let go of all of her allies for Sam. So I don't know if she is. Justin. My gut says Justin like around here. Like, not a great player, but one that does get screwed. Yeah, maybe like around here actually. Yeah, or should it be this? Like, do I really want to put him this high? I mean, I think when I did the tiers of it all, I think that's what I kind of intended. Is that he'd be like kind of like Matt Bischoff level. And like he is running the game really. Like early on, like Cedric's better positioned than him, but like he is like seemingly being the one to tell Cedric what to do. Yeah, kind of looking at it, I think I kind of have like if fucking like Angie and these sort of people are here. I feel like I am gonna have to put Justin around here. Thomas. Really, there's an argument. Thomas is also probably around here. Like I think there is a lot. Like Thomas, like probably actually I don't know. I guess like I was gonna say fucks up more to cause his elimination, but like at the end of the day, it's like the choice between him and Shaheen really seemed to come down to the fact that like Thomas had an advantage. So it's like, yeah, he probably is just like around here, right? Like I don't think he's that different from like a Matt Bischoff. Tim Spicer. I think Tim I'm gonna go around here. Like Tim, like kind of messy early game. Actually, am I really gonna have Tim above Tevin though? Okay, I think that might be an issue. So is that maybe a world where like Tevin should be here? Yeah, I don't know. I'm still debating it. Like these, Tim is better than Tevin. I don't know though. Like I think Tevin's someone that I think more naturally, like, makes it deep more times than not. Because I just think Tevin just like is so good socially that he's gonna find himself in the majority. But like he is such a mess strategically. Like Tim, like I think was trying to do what was better strategically, but like ends up isolating people because of it. I don't know. I feel like Tim is here, and I feel like Tevin's here. I think is what my gut's telling me. Randon, Randon's probably around here. I think he's probably like Caleb level. Jake is probably also around here. I think also like another one that like we don't know how his game really would have played out, but like was playing well while he was there. Saul, Saul, I think is here. I think that's a bit easy. Actually, really, Saul could even be lower. Okay, maybe we'll have to argue this. I think at best Saul is here. Yeah, Saul. I think the debate between Saul is either this tier or he is in this tier. I think Saul's like one that like potential wise, I think Saul has a decent amount of potential, but like ultimately, like his game doesn't really demonstrate that. He's just kind of on the bottom the entire time, until like the post merge where like he does like things a little bit better, but even then he's not like really like he's not really poised for like that much success. Like his own like someone that he thought was like in his final three ends up flipping on him. It's like that's kind of bad. He just was like never in a, like these are all people that like at least at a point were in a good spot, right? Like he was never really in a good spot. So I kind of feel like he is going to be around there. Okay, cool. Hit the mic. Again, all these people are still people that like were in good spots at I guess like you could argue that with Sean, but like or at least like kind of screwed to a degree. Like Saul wasn't really screwed. Saul just got voted out. Worse than Jill? I stand by that. I think that's fine. That he's worse than Jill. Like Jill was running the original try with Marty. Yeah. Alex is pretty bad. He does like make it deep in his original tribe. His original tribe, like he would have been at least like at 3. But yeah, my gut was to put him like here, like in this tier. I think that's still fine. Like not a terrible player, but just one that like his game's not particularly good, and he just seems kind of messy. I think we'll go there. Chrissy. I kind of want to put Chrissy like around here is like my initial instinct, or maybe like here, 1 to 2. Like Chrissy's someone that like her game ends up ultimately being kind of bad, but like she was at least like trying. Like she at least like tried to like upset the power structure. She's worse than Liz Kim. What, Chrissy? Probably. Oh, Liz Kim survived a lot of tribals at least. Yeah, where's Zoe? Yeah, like she's better than Zoe Xanadakis. So like, I think she's at least. Actually, I just realized Alex Moore's gonna be worse than Zoe Xanadakis. Which maybe that needs to be reworked, but we'll deal with that later. Again, it's all part of the plan. We'll piece it all together next stream. Generally at this point, like, yeah, like obviously like this stream, like we're right at 2:30. I'm probably not gonna play the game at this point, right? Like at this point, should I just like give up on even the notion of playing Pirate Yakuza until I finish the player ranking? I kind of think I might, to be honest. We'll see. Yeah, Chrissy. Yeah, I think that's probably okay. I think one of these 2 tiers. She could be also like here-ish. I mean, she doesn't like. She doesn't survive that many tribals though. She only survives what, like 2 that she was eligible for, which like I guess that's not like nothing. But, like, yeah, she's probably like Karen level, I guess. For that's worth. I guess she was more liked than Karen, but like yeah, she probably still is like around that ballpark. Mary. Mary does not have a say. I'll never fight Samoa Joe. Oh no. Here? Maybe? Oh. Where's Maddie in this? I don't even know where Maddie is. All the way down there. I don't know, like Mary, like she survived 2 tribals before being on the or before like being the next to go. She doesn't need Shine of Dark to survive, which is bad. But then like after that, I think she plays okay. Like she's able to get in with David. She's able to initially find herself in the majority in the post merge. It all crumbles by the end, but like I maybe like here, maybe is she Janine J Maya level? I think she's probably better. I mean, she is better, but like maybe that's more like this. Like, is she Roxroy level? First 2 trials this Karen might not be able to do. Debatable. Depends on when. There was a point where Karen was next to go. There's a point where Janu's next to go. So yeah. Kevin did exist. How dare you not remember that Kevin exists? I think I'll go with here for now. Venus. She's a princess. I had her below Mary, so if I'm keeping that, that'll be here, at least. Is Venus this bad? Actually, wait, let me look at my, what was the worst player, whatever fuck that video was? This one, right? Where's Venus on this? She's number 10, so, like, that's a decent gap, actually. Is Roxroy in the top 10? He is. So if Roxroy... Okay, so, like... She should be, like, here, then. She's path of 4. Yeah, but she can't win is still an issue. No, I think I'll put her here. Like, I still think Roxroy probably is a worse player in the grand scheme of things. Like, Venus is someone that, like, I at least have, like, more faith strategically in Venus, even though, like, can she win the game? I don't fucking know. Angie's here. Where's Angie in this here? Yeah. Should Angie actually be this high? Like, Angie's, like, probably, probably closer to this, but whatever. Kyle. Kyle kind of sucks. But he's good at challenges. That's worth. I think he's also just here. Like, I think Kyle actually is like more Roxroy level. Like, I think that's like a better comparison. Christina is interesting because, like, is this too low for Christina? I don't know. I guess I did have her. I don't know. She doesn't like that, right? But, like, yeah, I did have Christina like here. So, like, that would be probably like closer to like this tier. Which feels weird considering how deep she makes it. Should she be like here? Maybe like Star is down. I think Star down here makes sense to me. Maybe it should be around Karishma. Maybe. I think Karishma, like, I personally have a tad more faith in Karishma. But, yeah, it probably shouldn't be that big of a gap. Like, maybe like here, actually. Or maybe like here. No, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'll put him there. Like, it's starting like Edna and like Christina Cha and like that sort of thing are there. I think that's fine. And then, yeah, I'll still put Kyle here, Christina there. I still think it's fine. Why is there a gap between Christina and... I think Christina was more in the know of what was going on than Star. Like, Star wasn't even, like, looped in what the fuck was going on in the entire endgame. Like, it's like from... Like, when David goes home, she has no clue what's going on. Like, they vote her out over Mary. That's pretty bad. She would have been, like, the first boot, which I guess for Christina would have been also. But, like, I feel like Christina had, like, more actual allies later in the game than, like, Star did. Who was just, like, kind of just there. Keyshawn. Let's make Keyshawn the plan. Is this too low for Keyshawn? Like, Keyshawn should probably be, like, closer to here, right? Like, he's probably, like, Sabaya, Sean Edwards, Jenny, Kim, like, kind of level. Jeremiah might also be a similar-ish thing. Maybe not as strong of a player. But but you could argue gets screwed. I don't know, can you? By the Jake Medevac? Debatable. You rewatch SA Champions? Why? Yeah, maybe Angie tier. Yeah, maybe I'll put her or put him there. I think below Christina, probably. Like, kind of on the lower end of this tier, I think. So on YouTube, just wanted to. Well, that's something. What do you think now? And what do you think of SA Champions before this? But yeah, where are we at? Jason. Like Jason's fine. Like Jason's probably also in this tier. Like he's probably like kind of like Dan K coded in my mind. Like he feels like like Ruth Marie. I don't know. He's like okay. Like all things considered. It's like I guess like his post swap game's pretty bad, but like he at least starts off in like an okay spot. Great season of bad pacing. Makes sense. And what? Tiana? Tiana. My gut is saying Tiana's closer to here. But I don't know if that's actually founded. Wasn't an okay spot initially, though. Like, obviously, after TK vote, she's probably, I guess, like, not necessarily next to go. Yeah, I don't know. Is she above? I don't know if she's above Kyle. I think Kyle's, like, compatibility and everything. But, like, she probably is, like, in this ballpark, though. Like, maybe she just is the next in that tier. Yeah, I think I'll keep her there. I think I'll like okay. Star, am I moving Star? Like I'm moving Star way lower than what she was intended to be, but I think that's fine. Like I Star just did not play a particularly good game. But yeah, I think this is a tier that like feels like it's okay, cool. Like growing a bit because I think Say is probably here. And then Shannon is one that I'm like, like, is she, like, part of me wants to put her, like, here. With, like, Joel Klug, Hunter, Roger Sexton, those sort of people. Like, she seemed to be in a good spot in Original Tribe, though really after that, she just seemed to be kind of dead man walking. She should have been with Sav and Rizzo, obviously. Well, she would have run the game, undeniably. Yeah, I think I feel okay about this. Bianca. I think Bianca, I'm gonna land here. I think she's one that has like a lot of potential, but like ultimately, I don't think she's really that different from like a Rachel Fogler and I don't know, like a Justine. I don't know. Above Shannon, I don't know. I think Shannon had more like agency at a point in the game. Or like Bianca was always kind of like towards the bottom of her Original Tribe. Where's NECA? Here. Yeah, I don't know. Like I think Bianca is worse than NECA, but I don't think it's by that much. It was like no one actually wanted NECA to go. It's just that she was like the physical liability. Like Bianca, like actually gets like taken out due to her own actions. Yeah, I think I'm willing to move her up above Shannon. I think I'll move her like. No, I'll move her above Star even. I think I'll put her around here. Kevin. I think Kevin fully just fits in this grouping. Had a decent first round. After that, everything's kind of like his boot round's kind of bad, but I at least get what he was trying to do, and whatever. He's like around there. Asia Welsh. Asia's probably like this tier. Like, yeah, just like it was kind of on the outs initially. Kind of been saying that she was on the outs initially though. But also like she did get the going the journey and all that. So like that this favored her. Asia was actually in the majority. Like from what I understand with that first vote, it's like that was actually just that like yeah, like Keyshawn and Teeny just legitimately picked like Genevieve and Rome. Swathi is a 1-for-1. I think Swathi's better. I think like Helen is like more of a 1-for-1. That's true. Who the fuck is Genevieve? I don't know who Genevieve is. I only know Mother Eve. Mariah. Mariah is kind of bad. Mariah, like, on paper is like kind of like Lydia, Sydney Siegel level, but she did survive though, so it's like I guess like maybe just here. I mean, really, it's like, is there an argument Mariah's better than Asia? Like, I guess like the thing about Asia is that Asia was meant to survive that first round. It was meant to be Saul, but then she kind of like put the target onto her. So like that's kind of bad also. So like that kind of makes me want to like where Mariah like didn't go home over Jen. Tier's too big, probably, but again, we'll deal with that later. She just got taken out the merge pretty unceremoniously. Yeah, no, I think we'll just do that for now. Annika. Annika is very, like, Swathy coded, I feel like. Yeah, I'm thinking, like, Annika, I'm debating between her and Asia. Obviously, I seem to pick Asia over Annika before, and like I do feel like Asia probably does less like actively wrong than Annika. But Annika was at least like in the initial majority, for whatever that's worth. Gary being that high is random. I think it's mostly just because like we don't know what would have happened with Gary. It's like I can't like. Does Gary do anything wrong? I can't think of something. I think right now I kind of land Annika above Asia. Jem. Jem's probably here, right? Like, was actually the first boot of her tribe. Like, made herself a big target. Didn't, I guess, like, she was kind of, no, actually, no, yeah, all these people had allies, too, right? Yeah, I think that's a fine comparison. He's like, Lydia had High, Sydney had Danny. So, yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. Soda. Soda probably also is here. Like, I don't know, maybe actually there's an argument for her being like Sifu Josh Wilder level. Now I think about it, she was. Oh no, that's to make the jury. Wait, I just realized I'm moving Ryan up quite a bit on this, aren't I? Was that intentional? Probably not. Yeah, whatever. I think I will put Soda in this tier. Like, there's a point where she was okay position. But like, it really flips on her fairly early. Where like, by what, episode 3, she likely just goes. She does survive the Mariah vote for whatever that's worth, but she's kind of a dead man walking. I think I'll move her up. I think I'll move her up to this tier. I think that feels fine to me. Matt Williams. What a Survivor player. Matt exists. Generally, there's an argument Matt is higher, right? Like, I think actually Matt could be like, like, there's an argument Matt would be like here. What, Matt commented on my 50 player ranking? Why? But yeah, like, Matt, like, around here could, like, you could argue him and Tom Laidlaw. I do think he was probably worse positioned on his original tribe. And again, it's weird because like the show portrays as he was in the majority, but like from what I understand, he wasn't. But he also wasn't like the first. Like it seems like Christina would have been going first instead of him. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to do with him. Like he's kind of like a better CC. This is Matt from Survivor 49. The long haired guy. He tried. Yeah, he tried to make a move. Is there like Brandon Donlin comparisons? Actually, really, I think there's kind of like Asia Welsh comparisons. Actually thinking about it. Or like it's kind of like a similar thing of like they were kind of similar spots in their original tribes, being in like the bottom two, but weren't necessarily going home first. And they also kind of like caused their eliminations by the end by like trying to make a move. So I kind of want to go this. Maybe even below Mariah, actually. But I don't know. I think this tier feels fine, actually. I think I'll go below Mariah. But I think in this tier feels okay. Again, I don't know if swap screwed is the right term. But yeah, he gets... Because, like, it's not swap screwed in multiple facets. In the fact that, like, it's not like he was well positioned on his original tribe to be screwed to begin with. And then, like, when he gets swapped screwed, it's like he's not even, like, actually the initial target. It's Jason, and he makes himself the target. So it's like, I don't know. But I'll put him here. John Lovett. He is a person that exists. Like, it doesn't seem like he does anything, like, that actively bad, but, like, I think he's probably just here, right? I think he's, like, Ronnie Bardaw, Peter Harkey. He's, like, kind of around there. Stephanie Berger, probably one of these two also. I think I'll probably also just put in this tier. I don't think she does that much wrong, but, like, she is getting to, like, a fight with Say. So, I mean, that's something. But, like, outside that, it's, like, seems to be a fine player. Couldn't get Kevin on her side, which is a pretty big issue. But, like, I don't know. She's whatever. She's not, like, an active, like, like, she's not a bad enough player to be here, in my opinion. Like, an actively bad enough player. Nicole is a player that exists. She's going here probably. Like I don't think Nicole does that much wrong in 49, but like she doesn't do that much right either. She's kind of just like with some of these people. Jelinski is the monster. Like, is Jelinski also like? I don't think Jelinski's that bad. Like generally Jelinski's just like kind of fine. Like, it's like for a first boot, like it's like he kind of gets like targeted due to kind of like dumb reasons. I think I'm still gonna put him in like this ballpark, but like I think I will move up on him from where I had him before. He's like he at least initially was like he was in like the initial majority alliance that formed, for whatever that's worth. I just realized, where's Rome in any of these lists? Oh, I guess he doesn't make it because he was okay. Yeah. Yeah, Rome. What did I do? Okay, let me look up something. Okay, so I did have Rome as worse than Bruce. Okay, I'll put Rome here, I think. Like, Rome's obviously pretty bad. He at least did have Genevieve wanting to keep him around. He is like able to find advantages and whatever. He does technically outplay Asia, but also I think he's just like an actively worse player though. But maybe that is a spot where like maybe like putting him this low, like maybe he shouldn't be like this low then, because he outplayed Asia. Like maybe that is like enough to be Bruce level. Or maybe even like Joshua or Sifu. I don't know. I don't think he's that good. I think like, I mean, Survivor over Keyshawn, but that was more so like advantage, like because of advantages though. Like, he was meant to go home that round, but because of like his like vote steal and like all that stuff, he survives. But he did genuinely survive over Asia though. Like, that was more like actual like him having an alliance with Genevieve and Genevieve convincing Keyshawn and Teeny. But yeah, the Keyshawn vote, I think he's like, that's just, yeah, he would have been voted out. Maybe I put him here. I think, yeah. I think putting him, like, I think he's like kind of in between these two tiers in my mind. Like, I think he's probably, like, maybe I should have him above Bruce, but like below Sifu, below Josh. So we're like, he's kind of like literally like right here, but I'll put him there for now. TK, TK's pretty bad. I guess we're like at the bottom already, right? So let's like just go here. Is Banu bottom tier? He survives 2 tribals, so that's something. So is he good enough to be here? Like, these are all people that didn't survive a tribal, right? Yeah. Oh, Banu at least survived the tribal. That's something, I guess. Charity, Charity at least had an ally. She probably is like here. Like, she's probably like Geo. Would I have her on the worst player list? I had her 3rd. So yeah, I had her worse than Geo. But still, I think her being there is fine. Jess Chong. Is she like Jatia level, maybe? Survives over Jelinski. At least like has like some level of game awareness, but just doesn't really seem suited for the game. Yeah, I think I'll probably put her like somewhere in this ballpark, which maybe need to break this into tier, like a different tier, but we'll do that next stream. Dude, it's fucking 3 a.m. by the way. That's insane. I mean, like, is it just that these people are in this tier at this point? Like, Annie probably is in this tier. Like, Annie's probably, like, I don't know, like, Genie kind of level. TK... I don't know. TK might... TK probably is, like, Jolanda level. So I think that's probably fine for now. Which, by the way, I believe this means that this is the bottom, what, 7? It's like, I'm pretty sure that's not what it used to be, but whatever. Like, Willard's in my bottom 7 now, I guess. Oh. I don't know if that should be the case. Who's in my bottom? Like, what's the worst player of all time list? It's this one. So, like, Billy is... Like, Wendy Joy moved up on from this. Billy I moved up on. Shannon. Really, it's only, like, what? Like, from my original worst player of all time list, it's only 4 of them are still in the bottom 10. So, I don't know if that should be the case, but whatever. All right, I think that's the player ranking for tonight. However, I do also want to make the updated 50 player ranking because I'm going to make that video soon. So, yeah. I guess we're doing this also. So I think the way that we're going to start this is by going through the list and just figuring out where the 50 players are. So yeah, like Suri, D, and Kyle are still purple tier. Okay, actually, let's just copy the names, I guess. So yeah, Suri is there. Kyle, like, I think Suri, Kyle, and D I still stand by. I don't think that has changed, like, those placements. Aubrey, I think, is an interesting one. It's like Aubrey I still had purple tier, but like Aubrey's one where, yeah, do I want to move Kyle above Suri? No, I think I still put Suri higher for now. I think if Kyle comes back and he has another good performance, I think at that point he's definitely like top 10 worthy. But I think for now it's like it's not quite enough. It's like close. Like it's kind of like close. Like I think you could definitely make an argument that Kyle's a top 10 player of all time. I don't think I would put him above Suri yet. I think with Aubrey, I think I'm having Kyle above Aubrey still. Kyle or Aubrey versus D though, I think is kind of interesting. Because I kind of do want to move Aubrey up, and not really because of this season entirely, but more so just because like, I actually, obviously that's not exactly what I mean, but like, I think like not necessarily because of like D played this season poorly. I think it's probably not that I think D played this season well, but like, really, I think like overall, my opinion of D kind of just stays the same through this appearance. But I think like Aubrey like is now at least a winner of Survivor. That's at least a thing. But also like I kind of mentioned this earlier. Like this is kind of the shittiest game she could have played, and she still won. So like there is like kind of like some merit to that. That like considering this is like the worst game that she could do, and she still somehow won this season, like that kind of actually makes me feel a little bit better about her. 50 moved me down, Suri as a player. Not really. Like I think in my opinion of her as a player is the same. It's just I think I personally just have less faith in her. So like genuinely, like in terms of game ability and everything, like nothing from this season changes anything. It's just that I don't like. It's like, do I actually think she'll somehow, like, if we gave Suri, like, 10 more tries to win Survivor, do I think she would actually win one of those at this point? It's like, I don't know. I think I would have said yes for sure before. Now I'm like, I don't know. Maybe not. All right, and then no one here. Savannah would be next based on this ranking, which I don't know. Maybe I need to readjust that. Like, is that too high for Savannah? Should Savannah be like? Should just this tier be lower? I think there is an argument that this tier is below this grouping. Like, I think height, like, I think this grouping be above the fair play grouping makes sense. I don't know if I, like, okay, what do I think of Savannah versus Rizzo at this point? I think, like, reassessing his 50 game, I think I would say Rizzo. Yeah, I think I would say Rizzo above Savannah. I think I'm going here. Okay, well that didn't go the way I wanted it to. This? Whatever, that's fine. I should also probably double check to make sure I haven't accidentally deleted somebody along the way. Because that's definitely very possible, right? So this, like, if the count should be what? Well, let's just see. That is right? Yeah, because it's 751 times 2. So yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, we're good. So I haven't deleted someone accidentally. Yeah, it's 751 times 2 because like it's counting the number as like a thing also. So like it's double the what it should be. Yeah, so we're good. Yeah, okay. So if that is the case, then that would mean it is Rizzo, my man, at number 5. And then it is Charlie and Genevieve and then Savannah, which does feel weird. I mean, I guess Charlie goes down. Like, it'll be Charlie going down, Genevieve goes up, Savannah goes down, but more so just because Rizzo and Genevieve went up, right? Is there a big enough gap between these two tiers? Maybe there is. I don't know. Because, like, all the... but David Wright is, like, a weird one, though. I think I will do it. I think I will switch the... Like, I think I'll put this tier above this tier, even though, like, I don't know. I think for this ranking in particular, it feels better to have Savannah here, right? Like, it feels better to have Savannah, like, with Rizzo. Now, and then, next is what the Colby, Ozzy, Mike White, Jonathan Joe group. Okay. Fuck is this? Actually, let's figure out I think we'll deal with the ranking of them later. Let's just figure out, like, what the list looks like tier-wise. Then what coach would be after that. So it'll be 5 spots. So coach is there. So coach moves down quite a bit. Then we have... Who's next? Jenna, Steph, Tiffany, Camilla. Cool. Wait, why doesn't that work? Shouldn't that work? No? Okay, I guess not. Yeah, so they'll be there, and then it's what? Tiffany and Camilla. Dude, fuck me. There. So I'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're down to there. And then it's who? None of those people. None of those people. Rick and Christian is next. And then it's Chrissy and Flippin. I thought they'll be higher. Okay, dude, fuck me. Let me. Okay. Yeah. Let's be Chrissy and Emily Flippin. And then Q and Angelina, I think, are the last two, right? Yeah, Q's there, and I think Angelina's last. Angelina's like kind of like dead last, right? Where the fuck is Angelina in this? Dude, where is Angela? Dude, that's actually... I didn't realize it was that big of a gap. That's actually very funny. Yeah, I actually agree with that. I think Jenna feels too high. Yeah, we'll deal with it. I think Angelina last makes sense, though. Like, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, what do I do with Jenna? It does feel like Jenna is too high in this. Like, maybe Jenna should be closer to here. Because, like, I think there is, like, a decent amount of, like, Jenna, like, Cass, like, comparisons. Yeah, I guess that, too, actually. Yeah, maybe, like, Kimmy level. Which, like, that wouldn't be as drastic of a drop-off, I guess. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I still have her above Kimmy, I think. And I'll put her like in this tier instead. And I think that actually feels fine. Okay. Yeah, I think that feels okay, right? I think Q here is fine. I think so that would mean Rick and Devins are there. Or Rick and Devins, Rick and Christian are there. What do I think of Chrissy, Emily, Jenna? I think, like, I mean, like, Jenna was obviously meant to be higher to begin with, so, like, maybe I do just go with Jenna. And then Emily, Chrissy. Like, Chrissy comes closer to winning the game. Kind of. I mean, does she? She gets to the end of a season. Yeah, Emily did have better, like she had win equity both for seasons to a degree. I mean, like, this season's like theoretical win equity. She does outplay Chrissy by the end of this season also. So yeah, I think I would go. You know, actually, even Jenna, I think, like, maybe there is some argument to be made there. Like, Jenna does, like, I don't even know if I don't even know if I could even say Jenna came close to winning All-Stars, because, like, it's not like she, yeah, Angelina, people are going to be upset about it. That's fine. Yeah, it's like, I actually feel like maybe Jenna is below Emily. Yeah, I think these three back to back to back, I think is fine. Even Steph in this is, like, kind of debatable. I think I put Steph at the bottom, I think. Like, despite Steph playing 4 times now, Camilla and Tiffany were closer to winning their seasons than Steph was, right? Like, I like, what was the closest Steph came to winning a season? Like, Palau? I think I will go that, and then I think still Tiffany above Camilla, right? I think people are gonna be upset by, like, oh, why is Coach higher than Tiffany? But whatever. Jenna did dominate All-Stars. That's undeniable. But yeah, I think then figure out these people. I think I'm gonna have Coach right above, or Joe right above Coach. I think that feels fine to me. Let me look at this list on here. Oh, I have like nothing organized. Okay, cool. So that doesn't help at all. So like, okay, yeah. How do I do this? What I have originally. So I originally had Colby, Ozzy, Mike. I actually had Joe above Mike and Jonathan originally. Like this would be the like if I followed the original list, it would be this. I would say right now my gut would say Jonathan's a better player than Joe. So I think at least there's that. I don't think this season did enough to change this to where like I think Coach and or Colby and Ozzy are still like I think Colby's still better than Ozzy. And then yeah, like where's Mike White in this? Yeah, I think I will go here. He's like Jonathan has 2 deep runs, right? I think that's like I think it's like in the comparison between Joe. Like actually I guess like Joe's 48, maybe I'm underrating at this point. But like Mike is like his 37 games one where like he theoretically can win. Like he comes pretty close-ish to winning that season. And his second appearance is like not as good, but like it's not like a horrible second appearance. But I guess like both Joe and Mike have like consistent end game runs. So we're like maybe Mike White should just be here, Coach, and then maybe Joe and Jonathan, and then maybe this. Like there even probably being an argument between Joe and Jonathan and Ozzy even. I think my current gut is like feeling like this. The problem with I think the problem of the debate between Ozzy and like Joe and Jonathan are players that like to me almost every time they play they make endgame. The problem is that they can't win, or like it's very tough for them to go on to win. Where like Ozzy has like the opposite issue, right? Like Ozzy like will almost make merge every single time, but he'll almost never make the actual end game because like he does likely win in more scenarios. So the question is like which one's better? Jonathan's more active than Joe? Probably, yeah. I mean, that's why Jonathan is higher than Joe at this point. I mean, Ozzy technically made Endgame twice also, but like one of them was kind of a cheat. Yeah, I think I'm gonna land this, especially considering like with Ozzy, it's like we've had 5 appearances now, and like considering he's still botched this one, it's like, yeah, I think I'll do that, and then I think like even Colby here is like a debatable. I think at this point I feel fine with Joe here. I don't know, like Colby, like I think Colby's like 50 appearances is pretty good. Like I this was a pretty good run for him. I don't think there's like a mistake that Colby makes on this season, but like obviously we just didn't really get to see like enough. Like there wasn't really like we don't get to like see the actual like true ending of his game on this season. And then what was it? Like obviously almost wins Australian Outback, even though again that's a very flawed game, but like still almost wins that season. His other two appearances aren't great, but like it's not like he's never like an early boot. He'll consistently make it like deep-ish into a season. Joe's 48 games better than Jonathan's 50, in my opinion. Jonathan's 2 runs are better than. That's fair. I think at that point, I would move Colby down here though. And I think both Jonathan and Joe are higher. Again, that's like kind of just debate in general. Is that like, I think Colby and Ozzy are more likely to win seasons, but Jonathan and Joe are more likely to get to the end. Again, I with Joe, it's like the thing is like Joe's gonna get to the end like almost every time he plays. It's like, does he struggle to win a lot of seasons? Yeah, but like there's probably gonna be times where he just lucks his way into a win. Their season ranking. I don't know, what was my season ranking? Like 45, 46, 40, no, 41, 47, 50 at that point, I think. 42, 48, 43, 44, 49. It's probably my current one. Yeah, like this was a pretty horrible starting tribe for him, and he still made it to the swap. Yeah, I think this is what I'm settling on. I feel content with this. Generally, if anything, I think Genevieve might be a bit spotty being that high, but like I think I'll leave it. Again, it'll get me make a video on I am. That's why I'm doing this.